Yes! I get to play my arch nemesis, aka good friend, Bob. Although this guy isn't Bob. I'll ask him if he is Bob. Because, you know, his name was Bob, maybe he still is Bob. But is he my Bob? And is even my Bob my Bob? Not really. That would be creepy. But is he the Bob that I know? The thing that's really throwing me off is the double uppercase B's. Because Bob does that and an exclamation point. Or at least at one time he did. I still kind of hold him to that. Um, would I like to mulligan? No, because you don't mulligan in this. It's hilarious that it even gives you the option. So I won round one, and that was surprising. Now we're off to round two. See if I can get that. From now on, I tell you, I'm rooting for mana-producing creatures over almost anything else. And that last guy, if he had just attacked with his creature, he would have drawn 2 more cards and could have had a higher top end. I'm not sure it would have mattered, but we gotta go with the principle of things. Play tight, play focused, do your best. You know, that stuff. Ooh, that's a good. For a 2-drop, that's great. That's gonna get in some solid damage, most likely. And his is not so good. I mean, if he levels up, it wouldn't be bad if he has a forest, but that means he's leveling and I'm adding another creature. Although the fact that it gets to 4/4 on that next level is not insignificant. Okay. So this guy's worthless. He's gonna chump block at some point in time for me. Yeah, and he is leveling. Which will be a one-time thing, I am sure. It would not be beneficial to get him to his next group of levels. But that was a guaranteed pump up. And another worthless hunk of goo. No white cards, no black cards. God, were these guys from the same set? Probably so. Especially because they also are costing 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 for 1/1. Miserable. Uh, hit it out of the park with the Sky Hunter, and it's just been downhill ever since. And that thing will be flying soon. So we just gotta hope that somewhere in the cards is a sweet answer. Sweet, unexpected answer. Legendary Landwalk, not gonna help me. 7/3. kind of helps me. Because at least for the time being, that means he probably won't attack with his Beast Breaker. Well, that guy's got protection. But as long as I'm ruling the friendly skies, I'm still in a okay position. That being said, I will not be ruling the friendly skies as soon as that bottom drops out. But if I'm ahead on life, it might be that he can't attack in profitably because the race would still skew in, well, maybe not in my favor, but at least not against me as much. Oh, he has protection from non-spirit, and what do you know, that guy's a spirit. So he doesn't have protection from him. Not bad. Definitely has an interesting group there. See if we can get something nice and nasty in the air. Well, that's nice. That's actually ridiculous. So short of drawing a specific answer, uh, or casting something that destroys artifacts or destroys a creature, it's like waiting for him to draw his way to a loss. Wow. And that's a okay one, because he probably, well, I mean, maybe in these upper tiers he has a better chance of drawing a giant, but and interesting. Some of these cards, it's just like, you've never seen them. That had to be from like Legends, right? So I guess if he gets his um, threshold, which he should be pretty soon, I would be able to just, well, that in combination with the Platinum Angel could kill the Mystic Zealot. Of course, he has a 8 casting cost creature coming out. Oh wow. That just got about as ugly as it can get. Okay. Doesn't untap during the next step. So I think I would rather attack in. Hmm. If I'm only going to use it once every other turn, I'll do it. Fine. None of them will ever untap again. I get it. And I know that's not what it says, but hopefully the game is going to be lost or won. Well, hopefully won by the time we get to that. So if he can find a specific creature, there's something at like 14 or 10. Like I know at 15 he probably is getting Merkle Aeon's Torn or whatever. I think that might be the only 15 casting cost creature, but instead, oh, that just happened, didn't it? Wow, that is about as bad for me as I could ever get. Oh man, that's awful. Okay, so I might as well play it and wait a turn. And what's he gonna do with his mana? It looks like nothing. Oh man, I have to come up with an answer for that. Is there a creature that costs 16? Draco. So if I luck into a Hoverguard Sweepers, I could not bounce for the win, but bounce for another turn. Instead, he's going to hit me for 8. We'll see. If I got something with haste, would get there. So a turn too late for Bosch. Unfortunate. Okay, one turn short on Bosch. Let's say no. Let's go on the draw for once. See how that feels. Let's see if he's that aggro guy who goes with a one drop. Well, it was really that guy who tapped down my land and gave him double the mana that won that game. That was certainly the MVP. Hmm. He's a little bit more conservative of a player than what I've seen most people. Wow, that's a pretty horrible card. It's just such a weird format how certain cards get completely neutered, and then something like that is just gonna run roughshod over me. On the plus side, he won't block. You can really just say on the plus side for anything involving him getting a 3/1 flyer as his first creature. That might be worth it. So that did work out well for me. Let's see. If I did that, I could get up to 7 at this point. And that actually is pretty damn good as far as if I was going to ramp into something. Just a 6/6 flyer. It will be hard for him to take back the air. Vigilance is interesting. It gives a little bit more might to his man. Haste and fear. Well, alright. We'll take it. Our hasty, fearful creature is going to deal extra damage. Actually, could put him on a pretty short clock if he doesn't get a black creature, which he didn't. Now that guy's mana is going to be crazy, but he has to survive to actually capitalize on that. Well, that worked okay. Okay, so we get in for that much more. This will deal 2 to him. Alright. Now was that one game or was that, yeah, that was just one game. Okay, so does he want to play first? Does he want to be on the draw? I think he wants to be on the draw. I think in general you want to be on the draw, and I just didn't know that until tonight. I mean, this guy's name was Bob. It's kind of an interesting format. I mean, as much luck as you're ever going to get in Magic, but it was interesting that he didn't want to play until third turn, which gives him a higher cap. But I think I'm a second turn, get on the offensive type of player. And that's not horrible. As a wisp, I wish it had flying, but having a little bit larger butt. It's not bad. Now, the fact that does it based on lands really kind of sucks. Got a flying guy this time. Not that there could even be an enchantment in play. But getting something in the air is always good. That's actually pretty sick. I mean, not pretty sick, but it's a guaranteed damage. Don't sneeze at that. I think I need to get in the habit of casting my creature beforehand in case they give like a pump bonus or something like that. Now that can prevent it from a player also, so that's nice. Two damage can be pretty relevant. And a first striker, or potential first striker. Right now, looks like I'm still kind of winning the war. Now that guy's good. He'd be a lot better if this guy, if he didn't have a first striker, or something that could prevent 3 damage to his creatures. Yeah, he's not good. He actually sucks a lot. So right now it's no one winning a battle of the bad. Race to last place. But all it takes is one really solid creature. That's definitely not really solid. The upside to him is unfortunate, but a 5/6 flyer, especially since he has no flight so far, could be exactly what I need. If he gets flight here, so he can prevent 4 to that guy. Let's see what we can get this up to. That's not a huge upside because I have nothing to use that mana on. I mean, it is a 4/5 flyer, so I'll take it. But there are definitely other things I would rather have. And if his Pilgrim has to use that, or do that every turn, and I have the second flyer flying in, I'll just hope he doesn't get something really scary through the air. And that is not it. Here we go again. In Momir, there needs to be a way to just fill your mana pool also. Okay. Hey, I'm getting the flyers. It may not be what I would deem as 7 mana worthy flyers, but flyers nonetheless. And really that's, 2 turns if he doesn't start getting some flight of his own. What's scary is that, he's putting out a 8 casting cost creature, and or not, he's putting out a 7 casting cost creature. Interesting. Well, they got someone who can tap a creature, which would not be awful for him. Oh, that is awesome. That is, honestly, about as good as it gets. Wow. I, I think I always want to be at 7. Okay. Well, look out. Someone's 2-0 in the Momir queue. Someone's heading for some QPs. I'll see you in the next round.